Next up in our deep dive into Eugenia Cooney, we have a video on Eugenia's channel called How to Break Up with Someone, which comes directly after How to Get a Guy to Like You, ironically enough. And I personally think this video isn't going to be controversial in the slightest. She's clearly fully covered. I think it's going to be completely themed. I've said before, she bounces between BC videos and themed videos, and I feel like this is just going to be a themed one because she's completely covered. There's just no way she's showing off anything. But let's check it out together and see what this timeline was like.
Hello guys, it's Eugenia. You are most likely watching this video today because you're in a relationship that you just don't want to be in anymore. If you don't want to be with that person anymore, then it's time that you break up with them. Now I know breaking
Why is this already funny to me? Because I wonder if people actually went to look up how to break up with someone and then stumbled across this video and it's just gonna be like a parody, like a goofy little parody, but they're actually looking for solid advice. Can't wait to see what she says.
breaking up with somebody can be a pretty hard thing to do. I'm going to show you some ways that you can break up with that person and then get out of that relationship forever. Tell him that you're only attracted to older men and that you would prefer to date his dad. Look, I'm really sorry. It's actually been your dad I've been in love with the whole time. I'm actually only interested in older men. But if you could maybe hook me up with your dad, we could still be friends.
Shook. Her humor was so much edgier back at this time. Even her just joking about dating someone's dad is kind of funny considering she does not joke like this nowadays. She would never say something like this. She's obviously kidding. She obviously isn't interested in dating anyone's dad, but the fact that she just is oh, you can have this serious conversation and just say, if you could hook me up with your dad. Imagine someone coming to watch this as an actual advice video and getting this.
Say that you know he's been cheating on you all along, and you just can't be with a cheater. I know that you cheated on me. Saw you look at that girl. Always begins with a guy looking at a girl, and you know what happens after that? They cheat. I don't even know what I hope, but I just hope you get out of my life. Tell him you forgot his name.
Wait, why are these kind of... Okay, not the first one, but why is the second one kind of solid? If you're manipulative, I guess. You're cheating on me. I need out of here.
And you can't date someone who you don't even know their name. Hey, look, I'm really sorry and you're a great person. And I really did love all the great times that we had. But I just can't date someone when I don't even know their name. If you'd like to break up with him in a nice way, then try to give him a bizarre compliment that would probably make him want to break up with you. The reason I love you is because I just love trolls so much. And you remind me of a troll.
Again, I think she's so silly and funny at this time. I genuinely think she's just kind of a goofball. I wonder where she actually got these ideas from. I wonder if she just Googled funny ways to break up with someone or if she actually just came up with them herself. I always wonder that about her little skits. I always wonder how much she herself came up with them as opposed to just what she looked up online.
Tell him that he's just spending way too much.
Okay, that was very suggestive coming from Eugenia, especially since she doesn't act like that. Or we don't see her act like that. She's kind of nowadays a much more innocent presenting person where she acts more she's never flirty, she's never actual in any regard. She's just kind of if anything, she kind of just acts almost like a kid, nowadays, almost like she's just a kid. She never talks about adult things or acts in an adult way.
Time with other people and that you're just getting too jealous to the point where you just can't date him anymore. I just can't date you anymore because you're always hanging out with your sister. And I don't know if you're into or something. You could also always try to scare him.
Damn. That was one of her edgier jokes, I'd say. I was gonna say, the initial thing was funny, and then she threw in that joke. That's what I'm saying. She's made several jokes like this, back in these videos, back in the early days, where she wasn't afraid to be more, raunchier with her humor, or step outside of the box with it. Nowadays, she won't really say anything because she's kind of afraid of offending people, or bothering anyone, or coming off any kind of way that she doesn't like. She's, very controlled with her image. Seems like back at this point, she was less controlled. She didn't care what people thought about her. She didn't care about what people thought about how she looked, about what she said, about how she acted. Remember all those videos I was doing in the beginning of the Deep Dive series where she would actually go out into public and just kind of bother people because she didn't care that much that she would just like bother people. I always said I thought that content was a bit extreme and too OTT, and I'm glad that she stopped doing it and just started filming content in her own house and didn't bother people like other YouTubers did, where they would just like spring themselves on someone and force them to be on camera. I'm glad she veered away from that content, but she does appear to still be in her goofy content era at this time.
him away. So next time your boyfriend or girlfriend asks you out on a date, show up as a bride or a groom and just stare. Hey, so we've been dating for 2 weeks now and I am just so in love with you. I was wondering if you'd like to marry me. You won't marry me? That's it! We're breaking up! Tell him you just love him too.
That was funny, you guys. And this is what I'm saying. Her personality and her humor back at this time were actually so funny and lively and engaging. I do recognize that she was very small in that last frame. I'm torn between whether that was actual PC or just her filming the skit, and it's just an obvious thing that we're gonna notice, but I don't think it was intentionally showing off like she's done in some other videos where like you can tell when it's intentional when she'll do things like stare at the camera as she's doing it. Or also like she'll be sitting on the chair and she'll randomly like just lift her knees up to show how like small they are. But she doesn't appear to be doing that in this video. But yeah, she was very, very tiny.
Too much that's emotionally draining you. I just love you so much that whenever we're not around each other, it emotionally drains me. I need to break up with you, I'm sorry. Tell him that spirits actually—
Okay, why is that actually a thing then? I feel like that could actually be a thing for some people. Like, I just like you too much that I can't like you anymore. It's just like disrupting my whole entire life. I gotta go.
came to you last night and they told you that you guys aren't meant to be together, and now it's just better that you end the relationship now, because why stay in a relationship if it's not gonna last? The spirit actually came to me last night in my sleep and told me that we're not meant to be together, and that if we don't break up, the Illuminati is gonna come after us and kill us. So as much as I love you, we need to break up. Sorry. Tell him the distance.
I do. I'm so curious. I'm so curious about whether or not she came up with these on her own or if she just looked them up. A lot of them sound like she just came up with them on her own because she did seem to have this kind of like humor at this time, and she was pretty quick witted. Like a lot of Eugenia's humor back at this time was so fast. Like I was genuinely surprised by just how quick this girl is or was. It's kind of like she always had something to say about something, and it wasn't just like quick little jabs. She would sometimes say things that went into whole skits, like layered skits. She just had so much to say. It's so sad and like disheartening that she's not capable of that kind of thought anymore or doesn't seem to be able to express it because she doesn't have nearly the same amount of energy or what looks to be like, brain power to get those points and thoughts across.
This is just too much for you to handle. It's just starting to cause me too much pain knowing you're 5 minutes away from my house. That's honestly just too big of a distance for me, which is why I'm gonna date my brother instead. I'm sorry. Bye.
What is wrong with her? What is this humor is just like crazy. I'm telling you guys, she was so edgy at this point. Like she was so much more aggressive with her humor and just fearless with it.
I do not encourage incest. Tell him that you're just too madly in love with yourself, that you can only be in love with yourself and you can't date him. I'm sorry, I'm just way too in love with myself to date you. Try to annoy him away by texting him all the time,
Oh my god, that narcissist one though. Pretty good. Greek mythology realness.
every second. Hi, why aren't you answering my text? I am worried about you. We have not spoken in 2 hours. Tell him that you're only attracted to towels or something.
Some of these are just so funny and real. Because you just know, you guys, nowadays it's like that. It'd be like that sometimes. Where it's like, you didn't respond to me in an hour. Where were you? Are you okay?
They actually have a huge towel, and it's gotten out of control where I can only date towels. I'm sorry, they're just so attractive. Alright you guys, so those are some ways that you can break up with someone when you just don't want to be in a relationship anymore. I hope that this video helped you out and helps you get out of any bad relationship.
She definitely made up those on her own, right? That's my consensus, that she definitely made up those jokes on her own. So I'm saying, she was really funny back at this time. She even seemed to like write her own skits and stuff. Not even just this video, but like outside of it. A lot of her videos seem to just be like truly inspired by her and her own humor herself.
If you liked this video, then be sure to give it a like because I would really appreciate it. It really helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos from me. I upload videos every Monday. Comment below some good ways that you guys know to break up with someone. And I will see you guys next Monday, so thank you for watching. Bye!
Oh yeah, I forgot she was doing at this point the 1 a week video. Remember before I speculated that she probably was more energetic and in better spirits because she was only doing 1 a week as opposed to what she was doing before? Sometimes I said that when she filmed her videos, she seemed to be upset or like not okay. She seemed kind of like she was forcing herself to do them. Because I know no one else was forcing her to do it. At least I don't think anyone was. But she kind of seemed to be like, sometimes she'd be down in her videos. Other times she would have a hell of a lot of energy. And this one she had a lot of energy. She seemed happy to be filming it. Some of her videos are very hit or miss when it comes to her mood. Some she just seems like happy to be there and like happy to crack jokes and just like she wants to entertain and perform. Others she seemed like she kind of was just meeting a YouTube deadline where she was just like, oh, I gotta post a video, so I'll post this one. Some of them, just like, a few rare, or maybe it just had to do with like her condition and her just like not feeling the best all the time. But yeah, I guess we'll see now that she's doing 1 a week and if the consistency of her mood continues. I guess we'll have to see. It is interesting though that she went from like yo-yoing between BC and themed content to just kind of themed content. So we'll have to stay tuned and just see if that keeps on going on. So stay tuned for the next video if you're interested. And as always, comment below. Let me know what you think. Share your thoughts.